if you just keep trying and just do your best, like that's a win within itself. And so that's what I would hope that people see from me, is that even though I may not make a goal, that I'm always happy for just crossing the finish line, or even just in regular life, that when things get hard, you just keep trying and trying and trying and trying, and sometimes it may not go your way, and that's okay. You just keep moving.
You are listening to the No Gimmicks, Just Sweat podcast with your host, Eric Logan. No Gimmicks, Just Sweat is dedicated to hearing the journeys and unique stories behind an athlete's training and what drives them. Get inspired to own your life and make the impossible possible. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Also, please take a few seconds to rate the show and drop me a review. Now, let's get started with the show.
Hello and welcome to this episode of No Gimmicks, Just Sweat, where we are welcoming back the amazing, the awesome, the superb Shawanna. Welcome back.
Hi, yeah, thank you for having me back, and thank you for all those awesome compliments.
Of course. I wanted to bring you back on the show to kind of get an update of what's happened um, and what's been going on with you since we last spoke. Shawanna was last on way back on the first season, episode 7. So, of course, if you want to find out her story and how she got started running, go back and listen to episode 7. Because we're going to kind of start from, getting to know, what's been going on with her. But for people who might want to, who might be interested and might want to make comparisons, we're going to do icebreakers with her again. So we can kind of go back and see what answers she gave on the first one and see if anything changed. And maybe add a couple of new questions in there. So, Shawanna, are you ready?
I am so ready.
All right. I'm gonna start with the normal ones. Morning runs or evening runs?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a 2 run a day person, huh?
Yeah, some days I run twice.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Solo runs or group runs?
Both. I love to run by myself, and then I love to run with others.
Okay. Treadmill or run outside?
Outside.
You know, when I don't think I've ever seen you on a treadmill in any of your posts.
Nope, and you will never see me on the
Yeah, I'm
treadmill.
thinking I've never seen you on a treadmill ever in one of your posts.
Maybe the only time I do have a treadmill picture, and that's when I was coming back from hip surgery. I was in an Alter G treadmill.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Trail runs or road runs?
road,
All right. Favorite race distance to run?
the marathon.
All right. First thing you do after a race?
First thing, oh, I think this is a new one.
Oh, I got a
First,
couple of new ones coming
the
up.
first thing that I do after a race, I look at my watch and then drink some water.
Okay. All right. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
What's your favorite song to run or work out to? That song that just gets you going.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't really work out to music, and it's so funny. I was having this discussion today with my PT, because when I run races, it's illegal to wear headphones.
Right.
So my favorite song to listen to before a race is "I Am a Champion" by Carrie Underwood
Oh,
and
okay.
featuring Ludacris.
Ludicrous. Yes.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
a good one. Get me hyped.
All right. What's a dream race you want to run in? It could be anywhere in the world.
A dream. I want to run a race in Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you can go on a run with any celebrity or athlete, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh man, this question. Oh, if I want to run with so many people. Okay, well, if I'm going with who I want to run with today, I would say Kira D'Amato.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And why? Why would you want to run with her?
Why? Because I I love her spirit. She's so positive, and I love how she came back to running later in life and just running faster than she ever has.
Okay. Okay. All right. Last one. The dream location anywhere in the world you want to go for a run.
Uh, this one is tough too. I really want to go, and I'm pretty sure I said something different on the first one for this one, but now I want to go. I want to go to Kenya and run over in Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's a good one. Okay.
home of the champions.
Yeah, of course. You're gonna put yourself to the test for real, then,
Yes.
huh? All right, Shawana, you were last on the show on episode 7. A lot has happened since then. So what has been going on? What with the eighth fastest U.S. born black marathon?
Um, well, this year, wait, was that this? Oh man, these years are just so confusing, you know. Um,
Well,
yeah,
blame it on 2020.
yeah, 2020 have I'm so confused. But earlier this year, back in May, I was inducted into the National Black Marathoners
Yes,
Distance Running Hall of Fame
yes,
out in Cincinnati, Ohio. That was really fun, and I got to meet Marilyn Bevins, the first, well, this was my second time meeting her, but I really was able to spend some time with her over the weekend. She was the first African American female to break 3 hours in a marathon.
yes.
And while I was out there for the induction ceremony, I ran the Flying Pig 10K and I won. And with my win, I was the first woman of color to ever win the race. So that was really super
Oh, yeah,
exciting.
I missed that part. Oh, okay.
Yes, and
Oh,
it was so cool. Like the race director, she gave me a hug, and then maybe a few weeks later, I received a letter from I think the mayor, and eventually I'm gonna put it in a frame with my picture and everything. And I thought that was really cool, and I'm really honored that I could do that, and hopefully it will encourage more women of color to come out and try to win some races at the Flying Pig.
yeah. Well, I saw you had won it, but I didn't. I guess I missed the part where you were the first woman of color to win. So yeah, that one is that totally passed me by.
Yep, those are
And,
cool.
yeah, and I noticed you've won a lot of other races as well.
Yes, yes, I have.
She's like, yes, yes, I have.
Yeah, I have won a bunch of races since the last time we talked. One of the races that stand out the most that I won was a 5K actually back in was that this is 2022, so 2021. So last year I ran a local 5K here in South Carolina, and at that race my goal was to try to break the state age group record in my age group for
Hmm.
the 5K. And so I ended up running 17:28, which actually tied the race, the record. Sorry, tied the record. And but what was really cool about that race is that I didn't have any. I won the whole race. Like I was able to beat every single person. So that was pretty awesome. That I was able to push myself that hard in a race because normally when I run really fast, I always have competition and I'm always chasing somebody or or somebody is like really close and chasing me. So I was really happy with myself being able to do that. And let's see, what else have I done? I have placed in the top masters, top three in different races like Peachtree Road Race. I was the second place masters in 2020 and I'm the second place masters for this year as well, even though it's not showing up on the website. But yeah, I was second, um, 2 years in a row, so I'm really excited about that. That was really cool. I won the Cotton Row Masters. It's another 10K out in Huntsville, Alabama, and I also managed to place fourth overall. So not only was I the first Masters female, I was fourth female too, and that was really nice. And back in 2021, I also won my first half marathon in Arkansas. It's called the Russ Vegas Half, and that was really fun because I was able to break the tape, and they actually let me take the tape home. So
Oh, that's nice.
that was really cool, and like I have it in my room, in a room with some plaques. So that was cool. Oh, also another thing that I did that was really exciting back in 2021. I ran with a few friends from Charlotte that are part of the Black Men Run in Charlotte, and a couple of their friends who are females as well. And we was the first Black American team or Black team to run the Blue Ridge Relay, like all black.
Oh yes,
So
I remember that. Yes, yeah.
yeah, so that was really exciting. The Blue Ridge is a very challenging relay, but it was really fun to do with them. We had a really good time. Um, uh, what else? And right now, I'm currently training for Chicago Marathon.
Okay.
Um,
So,
mhm.
so to say you've been busy, since episode 7 is an understatement,
Yeah,
right?
I've been busy. I had a little injuries. I mean, because last year I supposed to run Chicago, but I was injured, so I didn't make it to the start line. I didn't make it to the start line. So this year my goal is to make it to the start line and then try to run a fast race.
Okay. Well, we all know you're gonna run a fast race. That's gonna happen. You know, for the listeners out there, if you haven't followed Shawanna on her Instagram, um, you'll see that she is probably one of the most positive and just fun runners out there, and you can tell that she really loves running. So that's why it's always exciting to see the accolades that when you win your races and then you're dancing, because you have that enjoyment and passion for running, and you you kind of you make people want to get out there and kind of run, in my opinion, because you make it look fun.
It is fun. It's fun and hard, but it's fun being able to see what your body is capable in a day. And back to that part where you said about dancing, I dance even whether I win or lose. Like if
Yeah,
there's music and there's people dancing, I'm gonna dance.
yeah.
Even though I think I'm a better runner than a dancer, but I enjoy dancing because it's so fun.
And see, I still have not ran into you at a race. And of course, like this year, everybody did the peach tree. The one year I don't do the peach tree, everybody's here for it.
Yeah.
And there were several people like, "Yeah, I'm in town for the peach tree. Where are you staying?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not running it this year because I had another race a couple of days later." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not running it this year." I'm like, "The one
What
year."
what race did you do?
So I did the Richard B. Russell duathlon, which was
Oh,
also
okay.
it was the state championships as well. That was that Saturday. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to risk getting out there doing the peach tree, something happened, and I can't race that weekend.
Yeah. So, do you have any road races lined up for the fall?
Uh yes. I have another duathlon coming up actually next weekend. This is being recorded on July 27th. So the following weekend, that first weekend in August, I have a race, duathlon, and I have another one at the end of August. And then on Labor Day, I do my regular Labor Day road race in Macon, 5K. And I'm
Okay.
probably gonna, and I know I got a couple more duathlons for the end of the year, but I think I'm gonna throw up one or two more races in.
Mhm.
kind of squeeze them in between duathlons.
Okay. So are you gonna run the race?
I It's on my list, but I think it's the same week as another race. I think they're on the same day.
Oh,
So I've got
okay.
so I've got to kind of double check because
Yeah.
it's still
Oh,
that first week of October, correct?
yeah, it's our first week in October. Yeah, I'm gonna do the race this year. I'm not quite sure what distance yet. Probably more likely the 5K because Chicago is the following week.
Oh, okay. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, let me look and see. No, I'm actually maybe able to do it because I was thinking, okay, so it's the next week. So if the race is that first weekend, yeah, like it's normally. Oh yeah, so yeah, yeah, we may see each other then.
Yeah, so I may meet you at the
Yeah,
race.
yeah, because I'm looking because yeah, the duathlon. I was thinking it was that first weekend, but it's actually the second weekend. So yeah, we may see each other. Yeah,
Okay.
so let me get to see it, dance with you, take a picture with you.
Yep.
So I know one of the things you mentioned that you got injured during since we last talked. Do you want to kind of go into that and how you kind of
Ye-
recovered from that?
Yeah, I ha was having, yeah, this was last year. I was having some hamstring issues. So basically I was just having pain in my hamstring, and so I saw my chiropractor. She did some ART, which stands for active release therapy. And then I also started going to PT at Vertex PT. And so with the combination of those two things, it helped me to not be injured. The part that really get me injured at this age is when I start to slack off on my strength, then something pops up. So right now I am injury free, but however, my form, something is going on with my knee, and so we're gonna figure that out tomorrow when I go to PT.
Okay.
But I'm running pain free. But yeah, I was just having hamstring issues, and it's really crazy, Eric, because it seems like it's really common among masters female. At least all the masters female here in Colombia is like at some point they were all dealing with hamstring injuries, and I'm like, this is interesting. Somebody needs to do a study on this to see why this is happening. Maybe because we're all slackers on doing our strength training,
See,
and that
strength
as you
training.
age, that strength training is really important if you're going to try to train at a high level because
See,
your body will start talking.
Listen, everyone. Strength training is important. Get in that little bit of strength training, even though we're runners don't like to do strength training. They just want to get out and run. You have to add it in there at least once a week.
Yeah, 1 to 2 days make a vast difference. Because I mean, I used to be so consistent, and I didn't have injuries at all. And I'm just like, okay, I just need to stay consistent.
Yes, yes, yes. So has your training, your overall weekly training, has that changed any? I'm safely assuming you're now adding strength to it.
Yeah, I'm adding strength to it. I'm also adding yoga.
Okay.
Because I have this one friend, she's really fast, and she have this tagline, "Do yoga, run faster." So we're
Ah,
gonna see,
okay.
we're gonna see by me doing some yoga if I'm really gonna get faster. But I really can tell the difference that I am loosening up, and my Indian style is getting better and better and better. So I feel like if that's helping, maybe it'll translate over into the roads. But we shall see.
Okay. Okay. Has since in the past couple of years, especially since the pandemic, changes have come. Have you made changes in how you generally approach, you know, um, going to a race? Have you made changes in your diet? Have you made changes in your nutrition?
Yeah, my speaking of nutrition, yes, my nutrition have changed since the last time I've spoken to you. So back in Was it 20? Oh man, I'm so confused. I don't. I
I
feel like
told you
it's. I
2020,
feel like
man.
it's going on. It's going on 2 years. Okay, so my one friend, he challenged. Well, first he talked to me about it. He was like, "We're gonna do a plant-based challenge for 28 days," and I was like, "Okay, I'll let you know if I want to do this." Um, and so he never got back to me. Next thing I know, I get this notification on my phone that I was tagging a post, and it says that I'm going on a 28-day plant-based challenge, and I'm like, what? I never said yes. And so I was like, okay, I'm a competitive person, and to me, this was like another challenge. So you're like, you know what? You call me out on the Facebook, challenge accepted. So I did the 28 days, Eric, and it felt amazing. I was like, I cannot believe how good I feel. Like I'm not getting sleepy after lunch because I tell you, after I have lunch at work, I am ready to take a nap. And now I don't have that feeling at all. And I mean, I always thought that my body had the ability to recover faster, but you know, I just feel better and I just like the way I feel. And so since that challenge, I have been plant-based, you know.
Okay. And
So,
I have a friend and a coworker that she recently went to a plant-based diet, and she said the exact same thing you're saying. She's no longer sleepy after lunch and stuff. She feels a lot better when she wakes up in the morning. She says she has that pep in her step now.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yep. So what's your favorite? What are your favorite things in regards to the plant-based diet since you've changed over?
My favorite, oh man, whew. I right now, see, I'm on this Indian kick.
Okay.
So, anything with like Indian spices. So right now, my favorite thing is like just getting some chickpeas and then throwing some different vegetables in it and with some Indian spices with some rice.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of something else that I eat a lot because I just make big batches and I just eat the same thing over and over for dinner, because it just make things simple.
Yeah.
What else is my favorite thing? Uh, oh, I love. I mean, I guess it come back to rice. I love rice bowls, just rice bowls and a bunch of different vegetables and beans and yeah. But this one recipe that I want to try is it's supposed to be like a chicken pie thing. So I'm gonna try that within the next coming weeks probably next week before I go back to work because it'll be time to go back to work very soon.
Yes, it will be for the teachers, of course. Um,
Yeah, not regular people. You guys are working.
yeah, we're working out. But yeah, with plant-based diet, and also I hear the same thing from a lot of people is that you have to try a lot of different things to find those things that you like.
hmm I mean, it's not, people try to make plant-based so hard and so complicated, but it's really not that complicated at all. It's practically the same thing that you've been eating. It's just no meat and
Right. Exactly.
anything that comes from an animal, you know? And like they have so many good substitutes. They're delicious. It tastes almost like the real thing. I'm like, whoa. I like before I got on this podcast, and it's in my Instagram stories. I just I did not mean to do that, but I was just eating and watching TV. But I would eat some Ben and Jerry, like they have a plant-based ice cream that's made
Yes.
out of almond milk, and I was just going and next thing I know, all the ice cream was gone. I was like, I did not plan on eating the whole thing in one sitting, but oh well, you know,
But you're
have a
going
good
running.
time.
You're going running this afternoon, right?
Nah, no, I'm done running for the day.
Oh,
Today was a one-time run, so it's
okay.
all good. I'll be fine.
All right, I'm glad to hear that plant based is going well for you and that you're enjoying it. So that's a big change,
Yes,
because I'm hearing that more and more from people that are, experimenting and finding that they like the plant based diet.
yeah. Have you tried it?
I've tried it. I ain't gonna lie, I've slacked off a little bit. I pre pandemic, I was very much plant based.
Mhm.
you know, and of course, you sit at home all the time. You need that quick, like, okay, this is in here. Let me go ahead and fix this. Okay, quick. um, I, I do slack off. Not gonna lie, I do slack off. Because I love a good burger every now and then.
Uh-huh.
I love a good slice of pizza, but
Uh-huh.
there are good alternatives out there. I do like the Impossible meat.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But you definitely can't eat it all the time because it's very high
Nah,
in sodium.
just like with a regular burger,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
shouldn't eat it all the time
right.
either.
But like I said, I do like a good burger every now and then. But it is good. And I've mainly been a person, even growing up, that I primarily ate vegetables.
Yeah.
I didn't really start eating meat on a regular basis until I got to college. And you're in a dorm room, you're hungry, and there's nothing else that eat. You ate what you could find when you're in college.
Well, I think for me, when I was in college, I never knew ramen noodles or ramen noodles.
Right.
Like I didn't know about that until college, and I was like, wow, this is so easy. Get these little noodles, put it in the water, put it in the microwave. Wow, there's dinner.
Yep. 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 But yeah, I'm very much vegetables, rice, beans, types of beans, types some type of greens. You know, that's me all the time generally.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kind of talk about accomplished a lot. And you're still got a lot more to accomplish in life. So where do you see you as an inspiration, as leaving a legacy, for not just younger runners, young girls, just young kids in general running, but also people who you know I am a master runner, you are a master runner, people who think that it's I'm too old to run. How do you want to people to see you, let's say 10 years from now, 20 years from now?
Huh, good question. Basically just in general with whether it's little girls or masters runners, I just want people to just see me and just know that, you know, I guess my legacy would be is that, she, well, me, I was a person who just tried and just have fun and try to see the good in every situation. Yep, there are times where things may not go your way, but if you just keep trying and just do your best, like that's a win within itself. And so that's what I would hope that people see from me is that even though I may not make a goal, that I'm always happy for just crossing the finish line or even just in regular life that when things get hard, you just keep trying and trying and trying and trying. And sometimes it may not go your way, and that's okay. You just keep moving. So I guess I would to sum things up, I would just want people to think, you know, just a keep going type of attitude, just keep going. Whatever life throws at you, just hurdle over it and keep going.
There you go.
So,
Just hurl over and keep going.
yes.
You need to keep that. That's a good motto. Just hurl over and keep going.
Yep.
So I expect to see that on a shirt you wearing one day. All right, Shawanna, before I let you go, do you have any last words that you want to kind of share with the listeners? And as well as share is that you mentioned that you're preparing for Chicago, but what other goals do you have coming up?
Yeah, some other goals. Well, before the year, because I dream big and crazy, I do want to, like I mentioned earlier, I said I tied the state record for the 5K in my age group. Um, so I'm hoping by the end of this year, like specifically on Thanksgiving Day, there's a local race in Charleston. I'm hoping that I can break the record so I no longer
Okay.
share it. So that's when sharing is caring. I preach that to my kids, but I I have shared, and so now I want to see if it can be mine. So we shall see. We'll see how that goes. Um, and yeah, I'm just really excited to run Chicago and see where I'm at in the marathon because within the past years, I haven't ran a marathon up to my standard, and probably because the last marathons I jumped in, I probably wasn't properly trained. I know back in, was that last year? Yeah, 2021. Yeah, in December, I just jumped in a marathon because I was like, I haven't ran a marathon since 2020. So I want to just get in this marathon and see what I can do. And it was like not a good decision because it was after I finished, whew, I never felt like that before in a marathon. Like I was just like, no, I'm never running a marathon again, not training for. Sorry, not doing it. But it was great. Some kind of way, I was the second best female that day, so that was pretty cool.
Cool.
Um, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to Chicago to see if I can get back down to where I was before the pandemic. So, just back to like breaking 3 hours and, go from there. And I do plan on in 2023 to try to find a race and try to see if I can OTQ. I mean, everybody know that back in 2020 I tried to OTQ and unfortunately that didn't happen, but in the result I ran my fastest marathon ever and missed the standard by 19 seconds.
Yeah,
So
that's
to
right.
me,
Yeah.
to me that's a win. So I'm hoping that by chasing this 2:37 that I either A, get it or run another a fast marathon, my fastest ever marathon. So if I get one of those, I'm gonna be a happy camper.
Okay. And for people that listen, OTQ is Olympic trial qualification.
Yes.
But I am making a prediction and putting money on it. I can see it happen.
Oh, thank you, Eric.
I am putting money on it. I can see it happen.
Yeah.
Well, Shawan, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I appreciate you coming on to the show and just kind of updating us. And we'll probably do this again
All right.
once you OTQ. They got
Yeah.
those experiences and stuff.
Yeah. You'll be the first person I talk to.
All right. Y'all heard? Hey, so Shawan, if people want to get in contact with you or want to follow you or they want to sit there and join you on one of your morning dances, how can they do so?
The best way to get in touch with me or to follow along in my journey is Instagram, and my handle is Peach Runner 26.2. And I know a lot of people are confused, like, why are you Peach Runner 26.2 and you live in South Carolina? Well, people, I'm originally from Atlanta, and for all the people who live in Atlanta, I'm a Grady baby.
That means she was born in Grady Hospital. So for people that are not from Atlanta, they were like, Grady, baby, what's that?
What you talking about?
Again, Shawana, thank you for coming on. It was great talking to you as always.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, you have a wonderful day.
All right, you too.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the No Gimmicks, Just Sweat podcast. We really appreciate everyone who tunes in each week. If you enjoyed today's show, please support us by subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show wherever you listen to podcasts. And remember to tell your friends about the No Gimmicks, Just Sweat podcast so we can continue to have awesome conversations with everyday athletes just like you. Until next time, have an amazing week.